All right. So find a comfortable seat. So if you have a blanket and you can fold it up, perfect. Sit on that blanket and then take those fleshy parts of the sit bones. I know some of you like to do the pranayama seated on the chair or on the couch or on the bed, wherever you are, you can definitely do that. And then just find that long, long spine. And we will do alternative nostril breathing today. So you will use your right thumb and the fourth and the fifth finger on your right hand, and just close your right nostril with your right thumb and take a deep breath in through your left nostril. Then close that left nostril and exhale the air out through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Close it, exhale out through the left. Inhale through the left. Close it, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Close it, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close it, exhale through the right. And I let you keep doing this now in your own time, in your own rhythm. You can close your eyes in between. And then slowly, whenever you are ready, open your eyes, rest your hands on your knees, and just come back to a couple of natural inhales and exhales. And then slowly, if you're sitting on the chair or on your couch, come onto your mat and lie on your back and bring your strap or whatever you use as a strap with you. So long neck, make sure shoulders are away from the ears, and then bring your knees into your chest and just hug them in for a moment and rock gently from side to side. Then put both hands on your knees and circle slowly one way. And then change the direction. And then put both feet onto the floor and get your strap or your towel or your bed. And then put your foot into your bed. And you can keep your left leg bent just for now and see how it feels later on to stretch it out. But first, focus on your ankle, push the heel towards the ceiling. And then if you like, relax, focus on the shoulders, relax your elbows a little bit and the jaw. And then see what it feels like to bring the leg maybe a little closer to you. Maybe you can't bend your knee today, then straighten your knee today, then keep it bent. And now you can try to see what it feels like to stretch your left leg out and flex your left foot. Breathe here. And then slowly bring both ends of the strap into your right hand, left hand onto your left hip, and then bring your leg over to the right side. Relax the shoulders, both shoulders down. Keep your left leg active. Breathe. And then slowly bring your leg back to the middle. Switch your hands. Left hand gets those straps. Right hand right onto your right hip. Flex your feet first and feel both hip bones on the floor. The whole lower back is touching the floor. Your shoulders are both on the floor. Maybe the left is a little bit lift because you're holding on to the strap. And then slowly, without changing the rest of the body, your leg moves over to the left side. Keep it straight or as straight as it is possible today. So again, if there's a little bend, that's totally fine. You can flex both feet and breathe. Relax the jaw, the forehead, the tongue in your mouth. And then slowly, slowly, take your time whenever you are ready. Bring that leg back to the middle, bend your knee, take the strap out, leave the strap on your belly, and bring both hands behind your right knee. And then lift your foot or lift your lower leg so you can see your foot, and just point and flex that foot. Full range of motion. And then circle your right foot. Maybe you start with a small circle, let it become bigger. And then change the direction here as well. And then bend your right knee, bend your left knee, and then bring your right foot on top of the left knee. And then bring your left leg in, interlace the fingers behind your left leg. And open that right hip by pushing the left knee into the right ankle. Breathe. And then slowly lower both legs down, both feet on the floor. And then bring your left arm a little bit to the side, like 45 degrees. And then bring your right arm all the way up over your head and bend that right elbow so that your arm can relax on the floor, that it's not too much of a stretch for your shoulder. And then again, feel those hips on the floor, on the surface, and just wiggle your way so the upper body goes a little bit over to the left side. So it's like a banana stretch, but only with the upper part of your body. So you're stretching that right side of the body. And maybe stretch that side a little bit more. Bring that right arm over your head. So you feel a stretch now in the right side of the body, from the hip towards those that armpit, and also maybe your upper arm from the armpit to the elbow. Breathe into that side space. But it should be a gentle stretch. So if you don't feel that much of a stretch, that's fine. Just breathe into the side body, in between those ribs. Try to relax the legs and the hips. And then slowly, maybe bring that right arm back down first, and then move the upper body back to the middle. Align yourself first. And maybe just for a moment, see if you can close your eyes and feel a difference between the right side of the body and the left side of the body. Maybe it's very subtle. Maybe you don't feel that difference at all. And then bring your left knee in and put the strap onto your left foot. Flex that left foot first. See how you can adjust the rest of the body. See how that left knee feels today. Maybe you can straighten it a little, maybe not. But keep that left heel pushing towards the sky and toes pushing down towards the earth. And see if with your next exhale you can bring your leg a little closer to you, opening up the back of the leg a little more. And then see if you want to stretch out your right leg. Flex that right foot. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, bring those straps into the left hand. Put your right hand on the right hip. Make sure again your right hip and your left hip are touching the floor. Both shoulders are on the floor evenly. And then open your leg towards the left, towards the outside. Stretching the inside of your left leg. Both feet are actively pushing away, trying to make yourself longer. Relax the jaw. If you can, the shoulders, especially the right shoulder. And slowly bring that leg back up and switch the hand. Left hand goes onto the left hip. Again, make sure both hips are on the floor. Slowly move that leg over to the other side. Flex that right foot, active right leg. And slowly bring that left leg back to the middle. Always take your time, take the strap off, and then bend both knees. And then take your left leg, interlace the fingers behind, lift your left foot so you can see the foot, and then again full range of motion, but stop gently. So just flexing and extending your ankle, your foot. And then starting to circle your foot, take your time. Start with small circles that become bigger. And then change the direction the other way. And then slowly put your your left ankle onto the right knee and bring that right leg in. Flex your foot, push the left knee out, push your right knee into that left foot, open up that left hip joints. Be gentle and, don't push too much. We are opening up that hip joint in other positions as well. So that's not the only one. And then whenever you feel like, yes, that's the same amount of time that I spent on the right hip, slowly bring both feet back down. Keep those feet on the floor, and then we do it the other side. So we open up to the right arm towards the side. And if you want, you can already move your upper body in a little bit like a C shape. So you're moving the shoulders over to the right side, and then maybe add your arm. So bend that left elbow, bring the arm up above your head, and just breathe into the side body. So whenever you inhale, you're expanding that rib cage. You're already creating some space in between all those little spaces in between the ribs. And now with the side stretch, we create more space in the side body. Relax the shoulders. With every exhale, trying to let go a little bit more into the ground. And then slowly bring your left arm back down and bring the body back into right into the midline. And then stretch both legs out. See if you're comfortable that way. And if you feel like your lower back is bothering you with this, then just keep the knees bent, and we're going to do the same thing that we just did on the other side, so a side stretch. If your lower back is okay with your legs stretched out, then just walk your feet gently over to the right side. And just a couple of little tiny steps to the right side. And then do the same thing with your upper body. Move the upper body towards the right side in a nice C shape. If you feel like this is about as much as I can do, then stay here. If you feel like, yeah, I want a little more, lift your arms overhead and hold your left wrist with your right hand. And breathe again in that side space. If you feel like, go on, give me a little more, you can cross your ankles. You can cross your left leg over your right. And now again, breathe into your side body, creating space. And then slowly, slowly walk your feet back to the middle. Bring the upper body back to the middle. And then just stay here for a moment. Maybe you want to leave your arms up. Maybe you want to put your arms right beside your body. Stay here for a minute, just a moment. Relax your feet. Breathe into the belly. And again, remember, if your knees are, if your lower back is acting up now, bend your knees. If not, keep your legs straight and walk over to the other side, to the left side. Same thing with the upper body. Move the upper body over to the left side. Again, if you like, you can hold on with your left hand on your right wrist. You're not really pulling, but it creates kind of a closed muscle chain. The little proprioceptors in your body reacting to it. So you don't need to pull, but just to create a little bit of a tension. And then if you like, you can cross off your right leg over your left, or your right ankle, I should say, over your left. And breathe again into that space. Stretch a little more with that inhale. And with that exhale, try to relax into that floor, into the mat, into the stretch. And then again, start walking your feet back to the midline. Bring your upper body back to the midline. Bring your arms right beside your body. And then just bring your feet back onto the mat. Bend your knees. And then maybe lift your hips. Lengthen that tailbone. And then maybe push your lower back first down into the ground. Make that lower back flush down, flush with your mat, so that there's no space in between the mat and your lower back. And then relax. And as soon as you relax, that arch is coming back. Then press your elbows into the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades a little together. And then bring your arms right beside your body. And bring your heels a little closer if you like. We come into bridge pose. Long neck. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale out, engage your abs. Lengthen the tailbone. Lower back pushes down before you stop. Lifting up, bone by bone by bone. Open up the chest, your hips, and maybe the knees. And slowly, with your next exhale, slowly start rolling down that spine. Try to feel every single bone, and the last that touches the floor is that tailbone. Let's do this one more time. Long neck, Press your arms evenly down into the floor. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, start lifting up, bone by bone by bone. Lift your hips. Maybe a little higher. Press those arms down, press the feet down. And then slowly, with the next exhale, start rolling down, bone by bone. Take your time, as slow as you can go. And then come onto the side and come into table. Okay. So, hands underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Yes, perfect. And then just let's slowly move into a cat-cow. So again, shoulders away from the ears. If you feel the head is hanging down, maybe the shoulders are sticking out, lift yourself up. And then make sure your knees are right over your hips are right over your knees. And then follow your breath. So with your next inhale, open up the chest and arch that lower back, let the belly drop down. And then with your exhale, round your back, squeeze those abs in and up. The head is in between those arms. Push the floor away, and then lift the head again. Drop the belly down. Do a couple of those in your own time. Follow your own breath. Squeeze those abs in and up. And relax them when you come into cow pose. And then when you're ready, come into this space right in between cat and cow. So, and then we go the opposite, so side stretch. So move your shoulders like we just did on the floor in that banana C stretch. Shoulder and hips are moving towards each other and look towards your left shoulder. And then do exactly the opposite. Right shoulder and right hip are moving towards each other. And just do a couple of those side stretches. Feel your side body. And then find that neutral space again in between those left and right. And then stretch out your left leg, tuck the toes under and lean back into that left ear. Breathe here. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up and bring it over to the right side, over your right foot. Keep your shoulders even, square. And maybe feel that stretch in your left leg and maybe also the left side. So what we're going to do now is we slowly bring that left leg back. We bend the knee and we bring the knee outside towards that left elbow. So we contract the side body, squeeze everything in. We stretch it back out and put it again over that right side. And it doesn't have to be a lot of, you don't have to be much over to the other side. And then we do this again. Now we connect the breath. So take a deep breath in. As you exhale out, lift your leg and squeeze that knee into the belly and towards that left elbow and back out. We do this one more time. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out, squeeze your abs in and up and bring that left knee towards that left elbow. And then bring it back down. Open up your knees and just lean back. Rest the head down. And relax the elbows. And now, if you like, walk your hands slightly over towards the right side, but bring your hips down. Keep them right in the middle. So again, breathe into the side body. And then slowly bring your hands back to the middle. And then just walk your hands back. And if you're okay sitting like this, just circle your hands. Just give those wrists a little bit out of breath. I think you can also do this on your forearms. So if you want to give your wrists a little bit of a break, you can definitely use your forearms and switch in between. So same thing on the other side. If you're on your hands, spread the fingers wide. If you are tending to overextend your elbows, bend them a little. And then just stretch out your right leg, push that heel away. Breathe. Feel your opening of that right leg. And then lift that right leg and bring it over towards the left, on the other side, right beside your left foot. Breathe. Feel the stretch. And then bring your right knee towards your right elbow, to the outside. Feel the side body contracting, helping you to lift your leg up towards the side. And then stretch that leg back out and bring it right over to that left side. And again, take a deep breath in. As you exhale out, lift, bend your knee and bring it over to the outside of that right knee. And stretch it back out. One more time. Breathe. With your next exhale, squeeze that knee in and up. And stretch that right leg back out. Keep it here for a moment. And then bend your knee. Open up your knees. Bring the big toes together. And sit back in the child pose. And now walk your hands, if you did it on one side, maybe you want to do it on the other side as well. Walk your hands over to the left side. Keep the hips right in the middle. Walk your hands back to the middle. And then come into table. And from table, we come into downward dog. Tuck the toes under and lift your hips up high. Pedal those legs. Walk your dog. Spread those fingers wide. Unlock those elbows. Make your arms work. Keep the hips up high. And then again, if those heels don't touch the floor, that's absolutely cool. Keep the knees bent, keep the hips high, and a long, long spine. And then slowly lower the knees back down. And walk your hands back. So for the next one, there is a couple of options. So I realize that some of you might have issues with, and I'm the same, issues with the knees, issues with the hips. So for this next side stretch, we are coming into Gait Pose. You might want to have something underneath your knees. So this a blanket folded up is absolutely fine. You can also use, I'm just moving this way so you can see the pose better. You can also just double up your mat like this and then use that. So there's a little bit of cushioning on your knees. If you feel like, no, Mandy, I don't want to be on my knees, then just come into a seated position, whatever that might look like to you. And are just coming into a side stretch again, right? So you push it down. That would be one option. So rest your knees like this, put the hands down, and then you would come into the side stretch with us, okay? If you're up for it, then come onto your knees and onto that blanket. And then there's different options, and just see what feels best. So I'm just showing you could tuck your toes under and see how that feels. And you could also just flatten the foot down towards the floor. See how that feels, right? So open the knees just a little. Bring your hands onto your hips. Bring the weight into your left knee, into the left side, and stretch your right leg out to the side. And again, you can play around with this a little bit. Sometimes that hip that has the most weight on might get triggered a little bit. So maybe you want to lean a little bit like this and see what helps. Then bring your right hand onto that right leg, lift your left arm, and if you see it, just lift the left arm as well. Drop your shoulder down, take a deep breath in, and exhale out. Come into that side stretch. Now here again, with your next inhale, you feel a little bit of a lift, and then maybe with your next exhale, you can relax a little more into that side stretch. Breathe here. You're not going to stay much longer here. Just switching them to the other side. Bring your left arm back down. And then we're going to switch. So the weight goes into your right knee. You stretch the left leg out. Bring your left hand on the left leg. And lift your right arm up. If you are seated, same thing. And then come into a side stretch. Again, feel how when you inhale, you get lifted a little. And when you exhale, maybe you can let go. And come a little deeper into your stretch. And slowly, slowly come back out of your side stretch. Come onto your knees and coming back into this position. Hands onto the floor. Tuck your toes under and lift back up into downward dog. And then walk your feet slowly towards your hands. Come into forward, forward. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. And then with your next inhale, we come halfway up, hands right underneath your knees, shoulders away, long straight spine. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, forward. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale forward. And then reverse swan dive. Lift the arms to the side. Come all the way up into a mountain pose. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your toes. Spread them out wide. And then open up towards the front. So the palms facing forward. Maybe see if you can squeeze those shoulder blades gently together and come into a mountain pose. And then I'm going to go onto my knees. You stay on your feet in mountain pose. I'm just going to go because I want you to see my hands and my arms. That's all. So you stay up there and I'm going to sit down. All right, so now you are in mountain pose, standing in mountain pose. Inhale your arms all the way up. Drop your shoulders down. Hold on with your right hand onto your left wrist and come into a small side bend. Now, take your time. Keep breathing. Feel what is right for your body. Again, with the inhale, you get lifted up, and with the exhale, maybe you come a little more into that side stretch. And slowly come back to the middle and bring your arms back down. Roll your shoulders back. Mountain pose. Engage your abs. Slightly bend those knees. And lift your toes. Spread them out wide. Push them back down. Put them back on. Create a lot of surface with your feet. Lift your arms all the way back up. Now hold on with your left hand onto the right wrist and come into a side bend the other way. Reach up high. Slowly come back to the middle. Maybe that was too short, right? Then let's go back into that side stretch. It's worth it, definitely. Feel the inhale lifting you and the exhale relaxing you. All right, and then come back to the middle. Bring the arms to the side. Roll the shoulders back. And then come to the middle of your mat. And open your feet wide forward at a warrior two. Both feet are turned in. Maybe you can lift those toes, spread them out wide, put them back down. And then turn your foot out, put the hand onto the right thigh. And as you bend the knee, turn that right thigh out so that your knee is not collapsing to the inside. So have a look and see where your knee is. It should be right where your foot is, okay? And then the shoulders are the shoulders over my hips. Lift your arms, drop the shoulders down. Look forward to the front, middle finger. Breathe. And then again, lift that side body. Flip the front hand open, the palm faces up towards the ceiling for reverse warrior. Lift up, back hand goes onto the back leg. Don't lose your knee, the front knee, and reach up high. Create that space in the side body. Reach up high, and now come back into warrior two. Bend your right elbow slightly, touch that right knee, lift your left arm over your head for extended side angle. And if your hips come back up, totally normal, I do that all the time. Try to lower them back down, see if it feels okay. Reach up high. Breathe. And then bring your arm back down onto the hip. And lift it back up, straighten the front knee. Bring your right foot back in. Turn your left foot back out. Left hand on left thigh. As you bend your left knee, turn the left thigh out. Lift your arms, warrior two. Maybe see where the shoulders are you leaning forward? Come back a little. And then the front hand, flip the palm up. And then we come into reverse warrior. Lift the arm up. Don't lose the bend in that left knee. Reach up high. Create space in the left side. Feel how the right side is contracting a bit, right? And then bend your left elbow. Put it on the left knee. Lift your right arm over your head. Extended side angle. Yes. Reach up high. Make yourself much longer, much taller. Come back. Right hand onto the right hip. Straighten the left knee. Come back up. And then heel toe just a little bit together. No, you know what? Just heel toe all the way back together. I don't think we have that much more time. No. All right. And I want to do some more on the floor. The other thing that I had in mind was triangle. We could do that next time. So come on to the front of the mat. Lift your arms all the way up. Reach up high. And again, come into small. Lift the right arm a little higher. Come back to the middle. Lift your left arm a little higher. Come back to the middle. And then forward. And then press the hands into the mat and walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees. Slowly come onto the table. Slowly come into table, not onto the table, into table. All right, and then just swing the legs to the side and come again into the seated position. So you can use, again, a blanket to lift you up a little and tilt the pelvis forward, just so you can sit a little taller. Again, you want to create that long spine. So we stretch the legs out. And then put your hands right beside you, make those little tents, find that long spine. Somebody is pulling you all the way up. Then you bend your right knee. Left knee. It doesn't matter really. But one knee, bend one knee, that should be it. And we usually do this at the beginning. I want to do this twist and side bend at the end today. So again, focus on, maybe we do this first. So focus on, maybe yes, put your hands in front of your chest, Anjali Mudra. And then turn your chest, the upper body, towards your right leg, towards the right leg. And then come slowly back to the middle. And then slowly move that chest, the upper body, towards that left knee. And come back to the middle. And then lift your arms into cactus arms and squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit together, very gently, not too much. We don't want to arch that lower back too much, so just very gently. And then bring that, so if your right leg is stretched out, then bring your left arm all the way over towards that right elbow. You won't, I can't touch it, but if you can, bring it a little bit together to come into that twist. And then relax that a little bit, bring your hands onto the floor, walk your way forward, into a forward. So you can have your hands right beside here, and again, work with the breathing. When you feel that inhale lifting you up, and then with that exhale, maybe you can relax a little more towards that right knee. You can also use the strap if you like on your belt, wrap it around your foot and create again that closed muscle chain, right? So as soon as you pull on that on that strap, it activates a lot of the upper muscles. So maybe you can lower a little bit lower, and maybe you can hold on to your foot as well. And then slowly, slowly walk your way back up. And then bring your right hand onto the left knee and bring that left hand behind you and come into that nice twist. So long spine, and with your exhale, you turn a little more into that twist. Slowly relax, come back to the middle. Hands beside you, and then just switch those legs. Stretch that left leg out, bend your right knee. Flex your left foot. Bring your hands in front of your chest. And we twist very gently first towards that outstretched leg, left side. Long spine. And slowly exhaling maybe, and then coming over to the other side. Long spine, tall spine. And then come back to the middle. And then we use those goddess arms again. Lift your arms up. And this is a lot, right? So be gentle. Listen to your body. So that right arm. And then take a deep breath in. See if you want to have that strap and wrap it around the foot. Or maybe you want to skip that part, just have the hands right beside the body. Maybe if you're here and you feel a good stretch in the thigh body and in the back of your leg, stay here. Perfect. And again, work with that. Inhale and exhale. And then slowly walk your way back up and come to the middle. And then your left hand goes onto that right knee and the upper body grows tall first. And then come into that twist. Right hand behind you. Use that left hand as an anchor. Maybe focus on that left foot and flex it again. Anchor it down. And come into your twist, whatever that looks like. Be gentle, be kind to your body. And then slowly, whenever you are ready, you come out of that twist. You can bend your knees. And just do, before we go into Shavasana, do whatever movement you feel like we have been missing. Maybe you want to come into happy baby pose. And maybe your Shavasana today is putting the legs up onto a chair. Maybe you want to put the legs up the wall. That's fine too. Make sure you are comfortable. And I'm going to talk you through Shavasana. So, well, I should wait, right? If you are in a happy baby pose, my dog, then just do your couple of movements and then make yourself comfortable on the mat. So I'm just going to talk while you are getting your stuff ready, so you can roll your blanket maybe and put this underneath your knees so that your lower back is not arching the whole time. And if you have nothing close by that you want to use, then bend your knees, bring the knees together and your feet as wide as the mat so that your legs can rest on each other. If you have an eye pillow or maybe something like a hand towel or maybe just a washcloth that you could put over your eyes, that would be really nice too. If you want to cover yourself with the blanket, put your socks on, just do all the things you want to do to be comfortable. And whenever you're ready, just do those last movements. Maybe rock your head gently from side to side. Find your sweet spot. Make sure your hands and your feet are not touching any of the props, that, nothing is distracting you. And then if you like, see where you want to place your hands, your arms. Maybe you want to have the palms facing up. Maybe you want hands on your belly, completely up to you. And then maybe close your eyes. And then take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth with a big sigh. Everything is done. Nothing more to do. And then slowly start to bring your attention down towards your toes. Relax those toes. And your ankles. Relax the calf muscles, the back of the knees, the top of the knees, the thighs, hamstrings, the glute muscles. Relax your hips. And with your next exhale, allow your legs to become heavy. Soften your belly and your chest. Soften the lower back, the middle back, and your upper back. Relax those shoulders, elbows, forearms, your wrists, all 10 fingers. With your next exhale, allow your arms to become heavy. Relax the back of your neck, the back of your head, the top of your head, your forehead, temples, the area around your ears. Unhinge the jaw. Relax the tongue in your mouth. Soften your lips, your eyes, and the space between your eyebrows.
Now slowly, without changing anything, bring your attention back to your body and back to your breath. Start to deepen your breath. And then slowly start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Start to stretch those legs and stretch your arms. And then very, very slowly bend one knee and then bend the other knee. And then lie on your right side just for another moment. And whenever you're ready, slowly push yourself up into a seated position. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Lower the chin towards the chest. And thank you, Seth, for coming here. I thank you for coming. Namaste.